El Matador, athlete, UFC world champion, undefeated 15-0. Hasn't even fought Volkanovski yet. He's already got world champion, undefeated 15-0 in his bio. You know how hilarious it's going to be if he loses. Or how awesome this will look if he wins. And I like that Ilia Topuria is doing this because, let's be honest, Volk, you know, I'm the type of guy, I got to keep busy. Like, it doesn't hype the fight enough on its own. You know what I mean? But these moves from Ilia Topuria in the build-up, saying things like, Alexander Volkanovski will be one of the easier fights of my career so far. When you're going up against maybe the best featherweight to ever do it, this is what's hyping up the fight, because now there's going to be that feeling when the main event starts. There already was, because everyone loves Volk and Ilya's dangerous and he could upset Volk and be the guy to beat him. There already was that excitement, but now there's going to be that crazy feeling when there's going to be something to, you know, when Covington steps in there against Edwards. Terrible fight, 5 rounds of awfulness, but the feeling that was there where, okay, if Covington loses this, he's going to be an embarrassment. I mean, Ilya's been talking, you know what I mean? And I like it, to be honest with you. You know, he's got his 2.2 million followers before he's even touched a world championship. And that's going to be massive for Spain, for Georgia as well. He's already got 2 big fan bases behind him, country-wise and language-wise, being a Spanish speaker. That's going to be a big deal for the UFC. They're always looking for people to speak a bit of a different language, Spanish especially, you know. So this is big. But he's been talking even more on Twitter as well. We can go through some of them. Ilia Topuria promises to show Alexander Volkanovski levels. I'm going to show him levels. I'm going to show him the new generation of mixed martial arts. I'm going to dominate him everywhere. In the striking, in the wrestling, on the ground, every fucking where I'm going to dominate him. If it doesn't work out that way, this is where things are going to backfire. But we need more contenders to be standing on business and putting it all on the line. I like this confidence from Ilia because this is the confidence you need going into a fight against maybe the best featherweight to ever do it. And I like that. I feel like the reason why I like an Ilia Topuria prediction here is I like the mentality difference. He's undefeated. He's already considering himself the champion of the division. He sees himself as above Alexander Volkanovski. Whereas Volkanovski just gave an interview talking about, you know, the 10 beer, like he was drinking days and days in a row, beers and alcohol. And, you know, he came off the couch drunk to fight Islam Makhachev. Like, now he's been KO'd by Islam Makhachev. Now he's moving down to featherweight just like 4 months later. Like, it's risky for Volk here, mentality-wise. But Ilia seems to have the mentality on lock. You know, they've got JDM training with Volk. Sean O'Malley already trying to set up the Ilia Topuria fight. Ilia Topuria just has that face. I'd love to knee him right up the middle and break his little nose. When I think of who's some of the most skilled fighters I've ever watched, Ilia's up there. Ilia's fucking dangerous. He's one of the best, I feel like, all-round martial artists. And to be honest with you guys, if Ilia wins and O'Malley beats Vera, I can see them saying, looks like Sandhagen versus the winner of Merab Cejudo. I can see him doing that. You know, we're going to have to do O'Malley Topuria. They've been finding a way to keep their stars right now. So if O'Malley gets past Vera and Ilia does beat Volk, would not be surprised if they say, okay, Volk, we'll give you a rematch, but you're going to have to take 7 months off while we do this Sean O'Malley fight, International Fight Week. There's a lot on the line here if Ilia Topuria can pull off the upset. It says he's going to be, look at this as well. Conor McGregor, that's the fight I'm looking for. He has a great fight with Michael Chandler. If he doesn't get his ass whooped, he'll be pleasured to share the octagon with me. And maybe in UFC Spain, we're both from Europe, he'll be able to ring back home and tell to his wife, baby, take out the red panties, Topuria keeps us rich. You know what I mean? He's going off. I'm going to make him look like a punching bag. You know how crazy this is going to be if he loses? Am I the only one amped up for this? I feel like everyone else is feeling it now as well. He's making it so that if he loses, yeah, this is going to be an all-timer. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be an all-time embarrassment if he does go out. Imagine he gets finished by Volk early. Imagine Volk just schools him over 5 rounds and he's got his eye swollen up, his nose on the other side of his face, his lips busted and swollen up as well. Imagine the callbacks people are going to make.